Well guys, it's Kieran or KillerKidsHD here and welcome back to another video. Today I thought I would discuss the England 26 players that have been called up for the provisional squad for the Euro 2016 in France. I'm very intrigued by the picks that Roy Hodgson has made, and I want to discuss all of them and see, just give you my opinion on them and see what you think. So first up, here are the goalkeepers. We've got Fraser Forster, Joe Hart and Tom Heaton. I think these are three easy picks to me. John Ruddy didn't really have the best season for Norwich, and I think this is a great pick. Tom Heaton had a fantastic season for Burnley. Fraser Forster was absolutely top dollar for Southampton, and Joe Hart was flipping great for Manchester City as well. Fraser Forster, personally, if I made a starting 11, Joe Hart would go and goal first, Fraser Forster being second choice and Tom Heaton being third choice. For the defenders, we have Ryan Bertrand, Gary Cahill, Nathaniel Klein, Danny Rose, Chris Smalling, John Stones and Kyle Walker. I think these are all solid picks. The only real surprise here is that Phil Jagielka actually did not get called up. I thought he was going to get called up, even though he had a not very good season for Everton, and I think, you know, he's actually a good club player, but not a good international, so I think these are decent picks. Only three centre-backs though, but one of the midfielders that have been called up, Eric Dyer for Tottenham, can actually play as a centre-back as well, so maybe he'll be fourth choice, unless what they're planning to do is put Danny Rose or Bertrand in centre-back, because I think Ryan Bertrand has played centre-back for Southampton this season. I may be wrong though. This is where the controversy comes in. Here's the midfielders for you: Dele Alli, Ross Barkley, Fabian Delph, Eric Dyer, Danny Drinkwater, Jordan Henderson, Adam Lallana, James Milner, Raheem Sterling, Andros Townsend and Jack Wilshere. Three names stand out to me there: Andros Townsend, Jack Wilshere and Fabian Delph. Fabian Delph not been good for Manchester City at all. I don't think he's actually played many games for Manchester City this season. I might be wrong, but I feel like he's played like 12-11 games in the league. I don't know how many games he's played in like League Cup, FA Cup and all that, but I don't feel like he deserves to call up. He's one of the players I think shouldn't have been in there. Maybe Mark Noble should be called up over him. I think you'll see me on Twitter or Facebook take the mick out and fill up Mark Noble, call him Marky No Caps, but he's been phenomenal this season. He deserves a call up, and I'm surprised Fabian Delph is in there. Another one's Andros Townsend. You know, he had a great end of season for Newcastle United, you know, almost helping them avoid relegation. But for me, he does not deserve the call up. I know he's good for England. He had that really fantastic performance when he had a man of the match performance. I think it was against San Marino and Italy, but I'm probably wrong here. I'm not very knowledgeable in terms of England matches. I do watch them all, but I just forget because I'm a stupid person. But I don't think he deserves the call up. I think Mark or Brighton maybe should be getting the call up there. Maybe even Michail Antonio for West Ham United deserves to be called up there. It's a very interesting call. Jack Wilshere, one game this season. I think he's played one start this season for Arsenal, and I'm not going to be biased here. I don't think he deserves it, but I think it's funny that he has been called up because he's very creative. He's a creative player. He's very good. And this is me being biased now. He's a good player, but I don't think he deserves it. I don't think he deserves it. One start, he come off the bench like twice, I think, this season for Arsenal. Didn't play a full 90 minutes at all this season for Arsenal. Don't think he deserves it at all. Once again, Mark Noble, maybe even Michael Carrick, and you know, Michael Carrick's not even that great. He's like 34 now. I don't think he deserves a call up, but you know, I don't think Jack Wilshere should be there. Another one's quite interesting: Jordan Henderson. I think he does deserve to be there, Jordan Henderson, but I know he has been injured as of late. So hopefully the training he does for England now really builds him up, because obviously he's not played a game for a little while for Liverpool now. I hope he does well. James Milner, I think, deserves to be in there. He's had a great season for Liverpool. I think he got like 7 goals this season for Liverpool, but I know he has got a good amount of assists. Now we're going to move on to the forwards, the final 5. Harry Kane, Wayne Rooney, Daniel Sturridge, Jamie Vardy and Marcus Rashford. Marcus bloody Rashford. The reason I say Marcus bloody Rashford is because I'm surprised. I think that's the biggest shock of the old 26-man squad. You know, obviously 3 are getting cut, but I think that is a big shock. I think what he will do, what Roy will do with Marcus Rashford, will probably play him off the bench in a couple of friendlies, maybe start him against Turkey or Australia, and then see how he does. For me, this is a weird call-up, and there's 2 options. There's 2 ways this could go. It's going to Theo Walcott route, where he doesn't get a game in the Euros and it really affects him, or it could go the Michael Owen route, 1998 World Cup, where he just absolutely plays with no fear, no pressure, and absolutely kills it. This is a massive opportunity for Marcus Rashford to show himself now. He's been great. He's been fantastic for Manchester United since being called up after a few injuries back and forth, and now he's actually in the England squad. I think he's not even played an under-21 game for England, so I think this is a big chance for him. If he does train him well, he train well, and he does well in the friendlies we have for England, I think this is an interesting call-up, and maybe he's the good one. But I'm going to be honest, I think he'll be getting cut and he won't come to the Euros. But I think this is a good shine for him. This is a really big opportunity for him to shine in these 3 friendlies, and you never know. You just never know. For Danny Sturridge, I think it's an interesting way to go, because obviously he's not played that many games this season for Liverpool. He has played, and he's played fantastically, got a lot of goals. But does he warrant a call-up? I'm not entirely sure. I personally would have left Rashford behind. I would have left Sturridge behind, and I would have gone Jermaine Defoe or Andy Carroll. Andy Carroll, really controversial pick if he had come to the Euros, but he did start to pick up form. But I don't know. Maybe I would have picked Defoe. I don't know how Sturridge has managed to squeeze his way into the team. I'm quite intrigued by Sturridge getting picked. I think for me, if we look at the 26-man squad altogether here, I think the 3 players being dropped off this season for the Euros, the 3 players being left behind is Marcus Rashford, Fabian Delph, and Andros Townsend. But I could be wrong. It could be Jack Wilshere, Fabian Delph, Marcus Rashford. It could be, it could be anybody. You have to find out during these friendlies. But for me personally, it's Fabian Delph who's getting left behind with Andros Townsend and Marcus Rashford. I think Marcus Rashford, this is an opportunity for him to shine in their friendlies. If he stays behind, then fantastic. But I don't see him staying behind. So it's Marcus Rashford, Fabian Delph, and Andros Townsend. I know this is a random out of the blue video. It's not a video like tracking back or stag do, killer kids or stag do. But I thought this is quite an interesting subject because Jack Wilshere being called up is massive. I don't believe he deserves to be there. Fabian Delph, I don't understand how he's been there. I'll make jokes about Mark Noble not being picked, but I think he deserves to be there. I'll call him Marky No Caps all there and all that. But I think he deserves to be over there instead of Jack Wilshere and Fabian Delph. But I hope you enjoyed my opinion and all this England drama, all this England controversy with Jack Wilshere being called up, Fabian Delph, Andros Townsend, Marcus Rashford. I don't think Marcus Rashford actually is that controversial. I think it's a big choice, a big call by Roy Hodgson. But I think it could be the right pick. But I don't see him staying behind. I see him staying behind from the Euros. I see him Townsend and Delph being left behind. So I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like and tell me what you think down in the comments down below. Do you think what do you think of the squad? Do you think Jack Wilshere should be going? Do you think Fabian Delph should be going? Who do you think will be the 3 men left behind by Roy Hodgson for the Euro 2016 tournament? I hope you enjoyed, and I'll speak to you all soon.